Hi guys, this is Breaker, and I am back with another replay that I took from the front page of Drop.sc, and this one actually caught my attention because our Zerg on the left-hand side of the loading screen is actually a Grandmaster's rank 1 on the North American server, while our blue Terran protagonist in the upper right is Grandmaster's rank 40-something, if I'm not mistaken. Anywho, from SCA clan, I do know that SCA used to have Cold Scars. Pretty strong Terran, pretty standard Terran at the very same time. But, give it up for SCA's Protect. In the lower right-hand corner, spawning is our red Zerg, of course, the Grandmaster's rank 1 player on the North American ladder. His name is Misaki. Now, I was thinking of maybe doing a Google search on this guy, see if he's legit or anything like that, see if anyone has any complaints about him. But coming into this game, Protect asks his opponent, okay, are you a Smurf? And Misaki says yes. I'm a bit oblivious as to who it could be as a Smurf. And do bear in mind that I'm still sick. So you may hear me, like, basically, I don't know, pulling my microphone away while I cough or something of that nature. But I guess it's time to go into fill-in mode, since this game doesn't have anything abnormally toned to it, at least, whoa, thus far. Yeah, nothing abnormally toned to it. So, what do you think? I guess now I can be a soft critic of Blizzard right now. For the next 3 minutes, I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about my position on where things are with WCS and everything else of that nature. First and foremost, I want to say that I was so massively disappointed when Blizzard did their Q&A about WCS 2014 and how it would turn out. And I was immensely disappointed because I just thought to myself, okay, this is going to work so much against everyone in China and Taiwan that once they're shot at the WCS, if nothing else, it's going to be just the lag that it takes to hit the North American server or the European server that will be working against a lot of players. And not only that, I mean, what this really does is it does some good for these players. Like, say for example, Yo Ironman's Ian now renamed to Yo Flashwolves Ian. If we were to take that player, for example, it would be great for him because, yes, he's getting more attention in the eyes of Western viewers, Western players, and everything of that nature. But at the same time, it detracts from the country, the region that he plays Starcraft in so much. Taiwan has TESL, which is a televised program. Wow, excuse me, a televised program for Starcraft 2. But there are always rumors in the middle that maybe next season or the season after there won't be any StarCraft 2 in TESL. Like, it could just go straight up to, what's the word I'm looking for? It could just go straight up to League of Legends, and that's about it. And I mean, that would be great for the Taiwan scene, considering the League of Legends scene there is so huge. It really is. I want to say it's immensely outdone by the Korean scene, but of course it's rather sizable. And for those of you who paid attention to the 2012 LCS, of course Taipei Assassins did take the World Championship. Both players taking it in macro mode, so maybe I've got a little bit more time to just talk fluff. Of course, the single gateway opener is going to be followed up with maybe 2 more gateways and a Forge, or 2 more gateways and a Stargate. But it's a little difficult to say. Only 2 queued up so far. But this really hurts the China scene if you want to stop and think about it a little bit more, because the 2012 WCS China champion, Com, announced his retirement. Of course, there were a lot of complications from his personal life, like his girlfriend cheated on him with a pro League of Legends player, and his girlfriend was actually a League of Legends caster, and because of Com, she actually got her job as a League of Legends caster. For Neo TV, everybody knows her as Leia in China, but of course I'm not sure how her English skills rep up. But the probe going in, gonna see just what Misaki has in his main. Oh man, and that is just, that's rather unfortunate, because now, I mean, Protect sees everything that Misaki has, and Misaki is just doing nothing but cranking out Lings right now. Nothing wrong with that, but I mean, I guess this does leave a good window of opportunity, an ample window of opportunity, excuse me, to go ahead and warp in a wave of zealots over here. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a counterattack, maybe going for the third while these lings come over here and clean up the forward zealot and the... Well, they can't really attack the mothership core. So we're going to wait for another warp in over here, is that right? Maybe not 4 zealots, but a total of 6, and they're going to go to the third just as it finishes up. And the lings are trying to barge in here, but they can't really. So they're going to be forced to pull back, especially when they see these zealots coming at the third, but... Oh, man. Yeah, that's kind of bitter, just a little bit. But, I mean, once he pulls all those lings back, he should be just fine. I mean, this third base, it's going to be a little bit close, but I don't think it'll fall. Is there going to be another warp in here is the real question. And it looks like no. Instead, we're going to see the mothership core go ahead and recall with all 4 of the zealots underneath. Alright, so we also have a roach warren coming out from Misaki. Second gas, third gas. Are we going to see a fourth? Maybe, but I wouldn't be... Whoa, hold up. Double Stargate. Well, what do I make of that? I'm going to put that in my pipe and smoke it. But, honestly, I think, you know, it's kind of a respectable decision. It's really a decision of preference. I mean, if there's going to be a lot of Void Rays coming out, which is the only reason why I could think of him going double Stargate right now, then that would work for him a lot. Well, that would actually work against Misaki a lot, and a lot for his opponent, especially given the fact that Misaki hasn't really scouted this area just yet since those Stargates have gone down. The advantages that we will have if he scouts it will be that Misaki will immediately head into Mass Queen production, maybe throw down the Hydra Den, which he's already got on the way. And right now we've just got a bunch of lings and roaches to buffer out this next wave of attacks. Or is it going to be a very quick third for Protect? I wouldn't be surprised to see it go either way, really. I mean, the probe's sitting over here. This angle I'm not so sure about. But at the same time, it could work wonders for him. Mass Phoenixes. Well, maybe what we're going to see from Protect is maybe tricking up Misaki just a little bit. He could actually be playing some mind games with this, really, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if that is really the case. 4 roaches going to come in here. Lings trying to get that surround, and another recall has been forced out of his opponent. Now, what we will see, if, you know, with all these Phoenixes, is we're probably going to see Misaki get tripped up into thinking, okay, he's going to go for some Phoenix play from map control. And that's what he's going to think when he loses a bunch of Overlords to it. But, is it going to be a switch into Void Rays? No, we still have more Phoenixes in production. But at the same time, at home for our Zerg, we have Hydras on the way. I mean, those can work wonders against Phoenixes, provided that they aren't encountering Phoenixes in high numbers, but it's just going to come down to the micro in this engagement, and it looks like Misaki's already got a few too many Hydras out in one location. The one advantage that the Phoenixes are going to have over all these Hydras is their mobility, of course. They can just fly to and fro as they please, and they can't do anything against creep control, so that's going to work in favor of Misaki as well. Meanwhile, back at home, +1 ground attacks on the way for our Protoss, and more and more Phoenixes coming into the mix as well. Twilight Council coming in to play, and that's indicative of taking a third. In ZVP, when you want to take your third, you will definitely throw down a Twilight Council as a Protoss player. But I really think this is a bit of a risky move coming from Misaki. He's just going to go straight for the front door. Maybe, yeah. You know, this is questionable, but there really aren't a lot of ranged attacking units, and it looks like, oh man, a huge chunk of Hydras just got separated. And look at all of these losses. I just never would have imagined. But it looks like maybe he could be okay, but the force fields are a little bit too much. Supply difference 137 to 103. And I'm wondering what the follow-up is going to be for both sides of the map. Okay, so that attack was just shut down in its tracks in absolutely beautiful fashion by SCA Protect. But we don't have any attack upgrades for our Zerg yet. But speaking of, they are on the way now. But there's so many Phoenixes here. I don't know. I don't think Misaki is going to be able to hold off against this next wave. I mean, there's so many Hydras here, yes, but once you combine the Phoenixes with all the gateway units moving out and moving forward, I mean, provided they attack all at the same time, they might be okay, especially when we see charge lots coming into the mix. This is not something I was expecting. I was thinking it was going to be... Of course, the Twilight Council allows us for mobility for Stalkers, so I thought we were going to see Blink on the way and then see a quick third coming from our Protoss, but I guess that's absolutely wrong of me to guess that. But Phoenixes looking like they're going to be able to take down an entire mineral line of workers here in the near future, but if they're not with the main army, that's where things really go to poop on him. Alright, so Ling's coming in for the surround. Are the Phoenixes going to pull back? It looks like the answer is no. They're just going to be perfectly content with attacking whatever they can in the main. In this case, it would be a Queen. I'm surprised they didn't go for any drone kills. It looks like they're going to pick off a ton of Overlords just with one sweep or two sweeps. And that's resulting in a colossal supply block for our Zerg, who's now going for an all-in. This could be all or nothing. This could end up destroying SCA Protect if he's not careful, but just as I say that, he's pulling back all these Phoenixes. If the gateway units all fall right here, we're going to see Misaki with an absolutely colossal lead. Yes, he was supply blocked for a short time, but it looks like the Phoenixes have arrived here just a little bit too late. Oh, man. And now Misaki's he's already broken down the front door. There it is, the GG from Protect. And he has left the game. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys liked what you saw here today, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. This is Breaker. I will see you guys next time.